incredibly ignorant person. I just try to gain as much knowledge as possible.
I don't believe a word of it, Rebecca. I think you're making that up. I've seen all the posts on the forum and various different places, and on Telegram, numerous places, and they all seem pretty intelligent and collected to me.
Oh, that's too kind. It's very great to be able to have colleagues to lean on and learn from and copy off of shamelessly. So.
Anyhow, the recording is going on, and I feel like it is causing my internet to slow down, but I can't help it because somebody has to record. And I assume it's 3:05. Let's just proceed with. Someone is. Oh my God, we have a guest.
I heard the ding.
Hello,
Claudio. Hey.
Hi, Claudio. It's just 4 of us for now. How are you doing?
Doing good. Just getting my AM tea. So.
Cheers.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been a busy week. So, but all good.
Really?
All good. Yeah. We launched the Metapool liquidity staking platform. It's been up in testnet, but more so getting all ducks aligned. And yeah, but it's been good. So hopefully August 23rd is gonna be. we'll find out if everything was aligned or not. But then again, that's just launching stuff. It's evolving. We're gonna have an AMA tomorrow. The nearest Fund Guild is gonna host it. Was gonna do it in Discord, but then. Lessons learned from some of the sandbox.
Yes. We experiment so you can be wiser.
Yeah. Just the moderating there is just super crazy. So I didn't want to go through that. So
cool. Best of luck for that.
Corpsemen, it's really good. Thank you very much for the retweets on Metapool. Really appreciate it.
Yes, bringing community together with retweets. That's the way to show love. Awesome.
So, okay, we have someone else entering.
There you go. Folks are finally in. It's a slower start today. All right. This is a bit chill.
So I assume then we will start. Let's start with our presentations today while more people will join in the nearest time. As far as you guys can see, the Corpsemen Guild is joining us today, and I will give a mic to the guild representative today to present and tell us more about what's happening with the guild. What are the recent updates? What are you guys busy with? Let us know. Hope that's going to work.
Sure.
Okay.
Let me share my screen.
Great.
Okay, how does that look?
Everything is visible.
Nice. And you can hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. Shall we start?
Yes, please, if you're good with that.
Okay. Hi, I am Corpsemen Jack, and I'm here to introduce the Open Forest Protocol's Corpsemen Guild. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me. The kind of subtitle that I gave our little group is called A Crypto Vanguard for an Open Carbon Economy, and that's signaling the token that is going to be attached to the project, which is the OPN token. So who are the Corpsemen? The Corpsemen Guild is the community accelerator for Open Forest Protocol, or OFP, and we stylize ourselves as the OFP Corpsemen in the style of Navy Corpsemen because we are an elite task force dedicated to the growth of OFP and the OFP community. And we use the play on corpse because simply we're willing to die for it. So why is it that we are this kind of ride or die for Open Forest Protocol, and what is it? Well, OFP is NEAR's new L2. It is the open source platform and community fixing climate change with forestation. And the idea of OFP is that through blockchain, we're presenting a new solution to an old problem. So Forestation, we have the idea is that you're planting trees, you're restoring, you're conserving forests, and this is important because the 2020s have been designated the decade of ecosystem restoration to address climate change. And forestation is one of the foremost ways to do it, because one of the reasons being that there's a lot of forests, and it's one of the few ways through nature you can generate negative emissions. But the forestation industry faces age-old problems. You can plant trees, but the problem is that it's hard to track the success of a project or measure precisely how much carbon was offset actually. There's a lack of transparency, a lack of standardization for what we call MRV, which is measuring, recording, and verifying data. And also there is a problem with accessibility for small and mid-sized projects because it is so expensive most of the times. And there aren't enough scalable tools for doing MRV. And if you know blockchain, then you understand why blockchain is a natural solution to all of these problems. Transparency, security, trust, standardization, verification. These are all things that blockchain can ensure through its technology. And with a chain like Near, it's able to afford that, provide that scalability and affordability and user-friendliness that this industry desperately needs. So we say that OFP is an oracle network for forest data. We bring off-chain forest data and validate it on-chain. For us, what is particularly exciting is the potential that this has. So all of this data that we verified on-chain very transparently and securely, this very easily maps on to the generation of on-chain carbon credits, which are secured by actual data. Which then leads, because we're a crypto and blockchain project, to something like a DEX, a decentralized exchange for carbon credits. So businesses or individuals can buy carbon credits on-chain and know that it comes from a secure source. And if you have a DEX, then DeFi Legos with carbon credits, that's a very perfect fit. Of course, all of this will be decided later on through an OFP DAO, so everything is just hypothetical for now. But these are the very exciting things that could happen with OFP. So the Corpsemen have formed because we think OFP is not something really cool, but something necessary in order to meet the challenges facing the world today in terms of climate change. So where are we now? On July 16th, the Corpsemen Guild launched. On July 28th, just last week, the official announcement for OFP was made. Our website went up. We have some of the core documents there. Now we're waiting for October, which is when the V1 will launch, and we'll have forest project operators, dashboard, and the mobile forester app live, and we'll have project operators and validators on board onto the protocol. And then in March, we will have the token generation event for the OPN token. So this is what we like to call, well, between now until March, which is when the token will be launched. We call this the build-out phase. So not only is the product itself being built out, but the community itself is also being built out. So for the Corpsemen Guild, because we are a community accelerator, what we want to do is we want to provide and prepare for the onboarding process for the future OFP community. And we want to lay out the foundation for the community structure. So during this phase, until token launch, what the Corpsemen Guild will do is, first of all, we need to recruit people. We're a very small group right now, so we want 10 to 15 Corpsemen to build out the future of the OFP ecosystem, and this will become the Corpsemen DAO very soon using Sputnik V2. And with these 10 to 15 Corpsemen, what we want to do is, first of all, deep research and strategization. So we want to look into the state of climate change, nature-based carbon offset solutions, carbon credits, the carbon credit market, DAOs, especially the Sputnik V2 infrastructure, the role of crypto with the carbon economy, community design, and infrastructure. So these are the kind of things that we want to research and discuss very intensively. And then in terms of what we want to produce, we want to build a canon, a content canon, and use that for communication and education of what OFP is. So we're writing a manifesto, we're doing blog posts, and we have plans for a podcast. so that we can deliver all of this material through both written and audio form. So in short, in August, you'll be seeing a lot more of the Corpsemen. We are here today. Thank you. Great question. How can folks get in touch with the Corpsemen? We're just getting to that. We would love to invite folks to become a Corpsemen. We have a website, corpsemen.org. There you can find the submission form to apply to become a Corpsemen. We would like to invite people who are ready to experiment, people who are creative, people who are thinkers, people who have a great perspective and are excited about all the things that we discussed today, and people who want to become founders and actually take part in the change that is inevitable in the future. So if you want to make something out of this situation, if you're excited about creating something, becoming an early founder, please contact us on Corpsemen.org. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for the presentation. It's so interesting and so such a hugely important issue that often gets overlooked, while actually it should matter to each and every one of us. And I feel like it's a really exciting opportunity for everyone to join it right now, right at the beginning of the journey of the Guild. And yeah, thank you for sharing everything. And if you ever need a hand from the sandbox, please, you're always welcome to reach out to us and we will help with everything we can. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. I see a lot of potential collaboration with the OWS.
Looking forward to that. That's going to be great. Thanks. All right, so that was our first speaker. Already a great start, strong start, I would say. Rebecca, how are you feeling? Are you ready to?
I have to follow that.
Yeah,
okay. I mean, if I must, that was marvelous. Thank you, Corpsemen Jack. Thank you, for representative from the Corpsemen Guild. Yeah, just to echo what Vasilia said, it's so needed in the ecosystem, and your launch was so exciting a couple of weeks ago, and looking forward to Open Forest Protocol as well. So a bit of a switch of pace from really intense, important environmental matters to equally intense and important creative ones. So today I'm here I muted myself partway for fun. I like to keep folks on their toes. I wanted to send tons of links in the chat, and that's what happened. So getting started here with my presentation. One moment. I am here in my capacity as a near core member. You hopefully already know me as co-lead of the Open Web Sandbox, but this is more of or like another part, I should say, of my day to day. So let's get that going. Part of what I do generally with the near core is work with guilds, much like actually Near Hispano, much like the Corpsemen Guild, to help them receive the support and funding that they need in order to be the awesome successes in the ecosystem that they are. And so today, the presentation is the Creatives DAO and the Dawn of the DAO Verticals, because I wanted to chat about something that's been happening in the ecosystem for a little while and is really just gaining momentum and is going to be hopefully easier and more impactful for groups everywhere to be able to receive the funding that they require. So first of all, we're all familiar with what DAOs are. I'm not going to go into that and belabor the point too much, but with the understanding of the Open Web Sandbox is a guild, it's really awesome at what it does, and a lot of the community that's developed here is welcome to stay for as long as they want. But what if you develop a project? What if you have aspirations for building a guild, for doing something a little different? What happens then? So that's when you come over into the Near Guilds program, as it were, to the other side. And what's happening over here is that we've been trying to streamline a lot of our funding processes so that there's not any bottlenecks, or to try and eliminate, to the best of our ability, as many bottlenecks as possible. So this is where the concept of differences and experimentations and governance structures have been something that the Near marketing and community team has been playing with. So just a bit of context. Previously, if you had a guild out in the ecosystem, you would apply for your funding directly to the community fund. which then with Sputnik V1 became the Community Squad DAO as sort of the arbiters of the community fund itself. This, of course, naturally resulted in a lot of folks coming just to the one source to get all of their funding and all their needs. It would be slow. It kind of still is. We're working on it. But hopefully something that would be able to facilitate this is creating a layer of what we call DAO verticals, or sort of DAO parents, as it were. So what that really is looking like at the moment, and we're on our way, we're still in the process of setting some of these up. The marketing DAO is officially a go, which I'm very happy to announce. And we've also added the addition of an education DAO. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. The point is here that along more thematic lines, if you are a creative guild, if you're a marketing guild, there's now going to be a sort of in-between layer of governance and a specific DAO that you would then be able to go to request your funding and to receive more hands-on support. The Community Squad DAO is filled with a number of marketing and community team members from a variety of different backgrounds. So we wanted to harness a lot of that expertise, a lot of that familiarity with community building, and basically create this almost like parent in between like the standard guilds in the ecosystem and then the Community Squad DAO, in order to be able to provide more access to funding, support, and all the rest as smoothly and as easily as possible. And you may note here that these different DAO verticals are designed along thematic lines. Like for creatives, there's the Creatives DAO. The Privacy DAO is in existence and is administered by the main authority in the ecosystem, which is the Cypherpunk Guild. The Marketing DAO is the latest to sort of get off its feet. And then we're also talking about focusing on areas like education, next up with our colleagues over in Near Education, who are obviously experts in that area. And so then we're creating this sort of like in-between layer to be able to better assist everyone with what it is their community group needs to be successful. And of course, I'm here specifically on behalf of the first, but not the last, of the DAO verticals, which is the Creatives DAO. We launched in June. We've gotten underway in big strides and very exciting strides, and I am just but one half of that council. My colleague Chloe is the other half. I bring to the relationship, to the equation, 5+ years in arts administration in not-for-profits here in Canada. I also formerly an artist myself. I wouldn't say presently I'm too creative, or that I say dabble too strongly, but musical theater was once upon a time my thing and my jam. Still is a love, but used to be a practicing creative in that way. So bringing a bit of that mindset and that, dare I say, expertise into the equation. And Chloe, of course, has been working with community building for a number of years now, specifically in the crypto space, and also has the technical know-how that I am trying desperately to gain as we move through this space. And so together we make up the Creatives DAO Council. For now, the aim is, of course, with everything, that this will be turned over to the community and to more of the creative community representatives who would like to be able to have this responsibility. So that is something that will be coming up soon. But to talk a bit more on a granular level of how the process works, how funding gets disseminated, what makes this faster, what makes this easier. So the Creatives DAO, namely Chloe and I, work with each of the different creative guilds or DAOs in order to be able to build out their budgets, to talk about what kind of projects they want to pursue, and get them in a position where they're requesting a monthly budget of X number of Near. We then assemble all of those lovely little budgets from each of our little children and all their awesome and exciting activities. And then on behalf of them, we request the funds to the Community Squad DAO, and then are able to take care of that more administrative aspect, as well as then helping to determine parameters for everyone's success and making sure everything's, as fair and equitable as possible. And then from there, of course, the funding gets down through these different guilds and DAOs to the individual level, to all of their respective members. So think about one of like the OG creative guilds, which is CreateBase, huge membership, talking hundreds here. I don't even actually know the most recent numbers. They've been growing so incredibly and are involved in a number of different projects. And so we meet with them, we help them to work out what it is that they'd like to do, develop a roadmap, a plan. And then it's really just that kind of conversation where they say, we're interested in doing this. We think it's going to cost us this much. And we say, okay, all right, this sounds good. What are your plans here? What are your metrics here? Let's make this happen. And then we advocate for these groups to the Community Squad DAO to receive the funding. So right now, presently, we're speaking with around 10 whitelisted creative guilds and DAOs. These are groups that we've been talking to on a regular basis since June. And our hope is that we get to grow this to 12 by the end of September. And so really the call here today is not just to say, okay, should you leave the sandbox and build a guild? Here's what you can do. It's specifically if you're a creative in the sandbox right now and you have a vision for something that you'd like to do, that's a project, that's a community building endeavor, and you're trying to figure out what you could do next with this, come talk to us, because we would love to help facilitate that vision and that plan to become something that's fully supported within the Creative DAO system and structure. I also posted a link in the chat to an event we have coming up this Saturday, which hopefully everyone now, if you're free, it would be great if you could attend just to see what's going on in the creative community. On the governance forum, under the creatives category, there's a lot to see, lots happening, which is very exciting, but it's not quite the same as hearing from the community leaders themselves in a nice, succinct presentation. We're also going to have some great mingling. So if you had any questions, wanted to know, say, what the NXM Guild is up to, that's the Near Music Guild, by the way, you'd be able to chat with a representative from that group. So that's this Saturday. And then we also have, as part of the broader Meta Build hackathon that Near is putting on starting August 27th, there'll be a number of upcoming bounties to look for. So anyone who's interested in art, who has a strong technical background, is a dev, this is for you. This is designed entirely for you. And there's some really awesome ways for you to get involved. So be sure to check that out on the forum as well. So leaving this with this is information about the event on Saturday in a bit more detail, with also times. We tried to anticipate all the time zones. We'll be on AirMeet. There'll be, we'll have the tables at play so folks can chat, as I mentioned before, and we'll also be recording the main session part, which is the latter half of the event. But I posted the full event breakdown in the chat, and it can also be found on the governance forum. This is a play on words here, forum meaning, of course, a space to be able to share ideas and collaborate. So taking the governance forum that's hosted on Discourse and putting it live and in person is our hope and our plan for this Saturday. And we plan on having more of these soon. So if you can't make it, don't worry, just keep an eye out for the next one. Our aim is to have these quarterly. So that is everything from me. We just set up Twitter yesterday, so if you could follow that would be awesome. Otherwise, that's our Telegram chat there. Generally, we're speaking with creative guild and DAO leaders, but individuals are, of course, welcome just to stop in and see what's going on. So yes, I'll leave it there in case there are any questions.
All right, Rebecca, thank you. This looks like so much work you've done. Good job. It's so exciting.
The design. I should shout out Bianca Vella for design because I did not do that. But it's something that is what Chloe and I are, I think, rather passionate about, is helping creatives and supporting creatives throughout the ecosystem. So it doesn't always feel like work. Which I think is when you're doing something that's not only extremely worthwhile, but very exciting for you personally. So yeah, Orvard appears to have a question. I see the hand. Yes, Orvard.
Yeah, thanks again. But nice color palette, by the way, just to reinforce that.
Yeah, shout out Bianca. Check her out.
Yeah.
She could do commission work if you're interested. She also did our portraits.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that was
I was just thinking about it when you showed the two pictures of you and Chloe, and I was like, Who did that?
It's cute, right?
Yeah.
So she's such a pro at what she does.
That's
all of the creatives are. It's so amazing to work with them.
That's Chloe's fiance, right?
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
This is an intrigue behind the scenes. Yeah, it's a real family affair. Because Chloe's the reason, basically, why I met Nir. And I've known her for going on decades now. And then of course, Chloe and Bianca are partners in Nir, partners in creativity. So yeah, that's a behind the scenes, so you can get to know us even better.
Cool. No, but I think it's a lot of... Oh, sorry, Orvard, go on.
Yeah, I have a stupid question. So just to,
no, never stupid. Go ahead.
What kind of, just maybe for the benefit of others, what kind of creative categories do you think would aside from the niche, of course, because each one has its own like idiosyncratic art or creative. What are like a handful of creatives that people are already applying for, just for us to?
Sure. So out of the 10 guilds that we're presently dealing with on a regular basis, you have one group that's representative of like a physical artist collective in Portugal. So that's visual artists, that's musicians. You have Create Base, which is, a mix of all kinds of arts from all across the world, with a focus, of course, on mint base and NFTs. And then there's also like we have the Hype DAO, for instance, which is focused on, as the name might suggest, hyping up artists and their work and ensuring that there's like this hype machine. And they've already developed like their own token. They're launching their website. So there's plans maybe for that to build over into other areas, but it's kind of like art generally. And then of course we have music from all over the world through NXM. And then we have the VR DAO. So you're looking specifically at the 3XR mint-based affiliated platform, but then also any sorts of VR projects. So each of these different groups are going to be hosting bounties specific to their artistic disciplines and areas that anyone who's dabbled, is interested, is professional, semi-professional, whatever your level and capability, would be more than welcome to take a part in. The focus has been on more of the technical side. Not to say that someone can't be wonderfully artistic and also very technically savvy, but that does end up being, I think, a bit of an area where a lot of these creatives need a bit more support. That's definitely my failing personally, where I'm like, oh yes, arts makes sense, tech, what? So having someone to come in who's passionate about both sides, knowledgeable specifically about tech. There's this bounty that's going to be coming up from one of the collectives I mentioned before. They're called Muti DAO, and their bounty that they're looking at right now is developing a service DApp. So any artist who's trying to buy physical supplies of some kind, whether that be sound equipment, whether that be paint, and they want to pay for it in crypto, they want to pay for it in Near, how do they find out what stores are open to that sort of arrangement and are willing to ship it to them? And where are they based? That's exactly what they're trying to set up. And I think that's going to be the major bounty they'll be pushing for folks to hack away on, because it's such a need. We all live in this physical world, but there's all sorts of cool things happening in the virtual one. So how do we meld the two? So similar to how Corpsemen was saying, I mean, yes, through virtual, we will save the physical. But over on the creative side, we live in both. Let's make sure that we're creating and inclusively welcoming folks from all over in both. So there's room always for any other kind of artistic discipline. Gotta say, Orvard, when that comedy guild gets launched, performing arts is a bit of a gap. Like we've got music covered. Don't get me wrong, we've got music covered in exciting ways, and we've got a number of like physically based spots. Like there's Eroj Creativo, which is an actual like studio space and cultural association in Portugal, in Lisbon. There's also C1, which is a partnership between someone in Canada and someone in Nigeria, and they're trying to set up studio and recording space for musicians and empower musicians in these different spaces. So we're getting the performing arts a little, but there's always room for more. So anyone who's interested, always down to chat.
I'm sure a lot of
best
people
reach on Telegram.
I'm sure a lot of people from Sandbox will be seeing that as a great opportunity to extend their contribution to the near universe, but like on a more extent, like on a more. I'm not saying that what we are doing is not serious, but I'm saying like that's really out there for arts, you know, and people will actually. I don't know. I feel like it's great that there's finally structure behind all that what we have been discussing for the past months. So great job, great job. Thank you very much for sharing that today.
Thank you.
I was thinking of maybe personally, for example, parody some sort of an audio meme instead of Black Eyed Peas, it's Block Eyed Peas, like crypto selling, crypto buying, ETH is hurt and builders crying. Can you
Oh my
a
gosh.
Rainbow Bridge?
Yes.
Where is the block? Yeah, something like that. So whatever creatives.
Did anyone record that?
I'm recording.
Done. Yes, Orvard.
Jenny from the block would be Cheney from the block.
I feel like Orvard alone could be responsible for the whole, like for everything artsy happening in our community.
I want to create a campaign for an artistic parody guild. I support this wholeheartedly. Let's make this happen.
Yeah, let's not forget about that comedy guild we were talking about a couple meetings ago.
I'm not going to let that idea die.
We shouldn't.
I'm going to keep willing it into being.
Because there were a couple of people interested, right? A lot of people wanted to participate in the stand-up. And then, I mean, one of the parties should be dedicated to that. Like, instead of pitching projects, let's pitch our own jokes. Come on. I've been waiting for this my whole life. Please.
And the worse jokes, the better. The worst jokes contest.
Yeah, but if they're really funny, you get extra bonus points.
Then they lose. If they are funny, then they lost.
Damn it!
Oh my gosh,
I'm doomed. But okay.
We're always down for experimental structures in the sandbox.
Yes. No, that all sounds cool. All right. I just wanted to mention a couple of other things connected to the sandbox. First of all, I sent a link to the August rolling opportunities in the chat in case somebody haven't seen them yet. They're obviously also posted in Discord. There are a couple of changes brought in since July. So definitely take a look at them at the list before beginning with your contributions for this month. Another exciting thing that has happened this week is that we got a new project submitted from the Silicon Craftsman Guild. And you guys probably already know they're launching their own podcast. And Alejandro reached out to Sandbox to see if we would be able to create a logo for his podcast, which is a really exciting and creative task, to be honest. And the rewards are really nice. I think the contest, I'm not sure exactly, but I think that there's going to be a general contest and 3 winners will be rewarded with 100, 50, and 30 near, which is huge, right, for design. So definitely take a look at that. You can find all information about that in the project profile channel on our Discord server. So yeah, another thing I wanted to mention is that the Creators of the Blockchain Reward Program is launching today. Unfortunately, Sam left, so he won't be able to introduce it himself. But actually, everyone who was present today will be granted a special NFT token. So what you have to do to get one is to send a DM to Sam wherever you can on Telegram or Discord. You will see, if you don't, wait, I'm going to probably best. Can someone copy his handle here? Because I'm not going to change tabs. Otherwise, I'm afraid it's going to mess my recording.
Samtoshi F, baby.
Yep, that one. You guys all know him. He's a creative part of our team. So he's also creating those NFTs. And yeah, definitely send him a DM and your near wallet address, and he will send you your very first NFT connected to the Creators of the Blockchain Reward Program. There you go. So that was it from my side. Anybody wants to share something else, something exciting happening this week in our OWS community?
Yeah, just a heads up, everybody. So tomorrow we're gonna have an AMA for the Metapool liquid staking platform. It's gonna be hosted in the Neo Hispano YouTube channel. So here's the information on Eventbrite, and then if you want to subscribe, that's cool. It's always good. So here's the link to the YouTube channel. It's going to be at 10 a.m. So it's going to be at least moderately a good time for Asia. I know it's going to be 10 p.m. in Hanoi. So we have been getting a lot of people from Vietnam really interested in this. So Orvard, yeah, definitely I'll ping the Philippines guild and see if they can make it. I know it's late over there, but anywho, I know it's late right now as well. So I know hopefully I'll see you there. But anywho, so we're launching on the 23rd of August. There's gonna be it's a community launch, so we're putting some really good rewards there. We're gonna explain the reward structure tomorrow with Lucio, my other co-founder, and so yeah, so really excited about that. And it's gonna be my first big project launch in the year. So yeah, just send goodwill, blessings, whatever you believe in.
Sending it all.
You know, Claudio, you're always like fast moving and like SaaS service type. I want to change your name to Cloud.io.
Yeah, no. So that's my nickname in my day job.
Oh, really?
Cloud.io. Yeah. Cloud as in yeah.
Cool.
So they got you that. But anyway, so really excited about it. And hopefully this is going to be the first of a couple of different projects that are going to be launched. Nearest panel is so one really important thing, and the thing that it is a community launch is the platform is going to be run on a DAO, on a Sputnik version 2 DAO. So really excited about that. So I think it's going to be one of the first projects to use it. So anywho, so it's going to be exciting times.
Sounds cool.
Looking forward to your feedback. You can also young us, and if you have any questions, please reach out over on Twitter. And yeah, so wish us luck.
Best of luck. I'll try to join tomorrow as well because it's really interesting. I've been seeing the tweets about it going on since the beginning of the week. Even reposted one myself. Not gonna lie, couldn't resist that. So yeah, it's cool. Congratulations with your first huge. I mean, you've been busy with some really cool projects before, but anyway, I understand that it must be really exciting in a good way to actually launch something that big, that huge. So best of luck. I hope everything goes spotless tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you very much, Vasilia.
You're welcome.
Orvard, thank you very much. So I need to leave. Thank you very much, everybody. You stay safe. Also, on the education side, we got some exciting things coming in from the nearest panel. So we're launching our 4th bootcamp this next by the end of the month. So that's still going strong. We reported 35 participants on the last bootcamp. We hope we can reach out to 50 or 60 for this next one, and slowly but surely working to 100 people to be onboarded to the near community. So anywho,
that's huge.
Yeah. The other. Amanda couldn't join us today. She's having early breakfast today. So anyhow,
tell her we said hi.
Hopefully I'll see a couple of you guys in NearCon. So I'm planning to make that trip. So let's see if that happens. Okay. So stay safe, everybody.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys. I think this is all great. I'm so excited for our community. So much stuff is happening. It's like you don't know where to look. You just turn around for 1 second, and then behind your back is already like a bunch of new stuff happening. But that's the exciting part of it, I assume. So yeah, I think we're done for today. If anybody wants to add something else, now is the time. Any questions? Any suggestions?
Oh.
Hello.
Yeah. You're okay.
Yeah. Sure. So regarding the DAO verticals, I think we appreciate in trying to separate so that each one can have like a focus thing for specific creative. In our case, in the Philippines, we are an amalgam of a lot of these things. So I need to consult with JC, I guess, on how to. Although we have our own overarching vision within the archipelago, I also need to know like this aspect needs to be in the marketing, and this aspect needs to be, being a regional guild ourselves.
Yeah. So this is where the regional guilds, because you're usually so strong in dabbling in a number of different areas. This is where this is tied to some of the guild's program changes where we've been trying to gradually install as well that are more based on rewarding projects. So instead of following the sandbox structure of it's like a per task reward for an act or series, it's instead trying to empower guilds to have their members approach things through more the lens of full project management. So then in that case, if you had a series of marketing campaigns and you then were looking to create like a bounty for one of the near Philippines members for the month of September to be able to manage all social media. Or even if there was a ton of interest, just Twitter or whatever, however you want to break that down, and then have the rewards attached to that, then all of that would fit under marketing would be part of the application to the marketing DAO. And then anything else that's related to, say, education initiatives, to community building, that's the facilitator reward, all of that. The community squad DAO is still in place. It's kind of the catch-all for everything that doesn't have its own thematic vertical. But the hope is that slowly, bit by bit, as we decentralize, that all of these other bodies of experts along these thematic project-based lines are the ones interfacing with all the guilds about the respective projects that fit under their area, so that there's all these relationships that can be built in much stronger ways, DAO to DAO, guild to DAO, guild to guild. And the community squad DAO is in a lot more of a full facilitator role until we're not needed to facilitate anymore, which is supposed to happen in 5 years. So we're trying to make it work in the next period at least, or so that it feels as gradual, I guess, as crypto can be. It's not all at once. We've been talking about this like quietly. It's been murmurs since like May, June. We're now in August. It's like, okay, let's get this going. My vision and hope is by the end of this calendar year, by December, DAO verticals aren't a phrase that are foreign to anyone who's been in the ecosystem for a couple of months. That it's then something where it's hopefully as clear as possible, and this is what keeps me up at night over it. It's as clear as possible how people can get the support that they need based on what they're doing and based on what their plans and vision are. Because yes, of course, it's so easy to have it centralized, to be like, go to this one place for all the things. That's against the ethos of this space. So it's empowering these different verticals, these different areas to then be able to help get the funds and support to trickle down in such a way that eventually the top piece, the top layer doesn't have to exist in the same way anymore. But that goes into ecosystem DAOs, that goes into the treasury DAO discussion. There's a lot happening on the governance forum, on discourse about that. If folks want to engage in that conversation, there's a lot happening right now where we're thinking, okay, how can we accelerate a lot of these thoughts and turn them into action in a way that doesn't alienate people, that gets them funding? Because we have the tokens. I don't think that's something that anyone can contest. And it's not like we're trying to create more gated access to funds. It's more just trying to build sustainable structures. So that's why Vasily said, it's so great to have this structure.
No, I believe
that is my job.
It's a solid start. Honestly, Rebecca, again, as you said, there were discussions about it for so long, and it's finally getting shape. So great job, honestly. Thank you so much for all you do for the community. I'm sure it's going to be sooner than within the 5 years, so that we'll see the end result. We're getting there.
Watch. Yes, it's going to be within. I mean, a year is too long to my mind. It needs to be like 6 months. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes. We'll come back to this recording months from now and be like, oh, she was so wrong. Or wow, look what she did.
We'll see. I think it's going to be that one.
Yeah. It's such a team thing though that we're really talking to folks on a regular basis about, okay, how do we approach this? What makes sense here? It's a lot of discussion that has to happen so everyone buys into the vision and the plan, because that's also not good if we unilaterally just enforce a structure without being open to conversation. It's like, that's what we were trying to get away from in Web 2. I see it now.
Yeah.
So it's this balance that we're trying to strive for and hit. That
Cool.
we're not fully it works. Open to ideas always. Please interact on the forum or contact me separately if you so desire. If you have ideas about other DAO verticals you'd like to see. And maybe even if you would like to be part of the council that helps make that happen, also open to those chats. We've been starting with Near Core because it's our job, but it's also nice to have people who feel passionate about, I don't know, in the case of education, it's like hearing Claudio and Near Hispano, I mean, the education efforts are just, there's so much there that they're doing on a regular basis. So, I mean, talking to education and Sharif and saying, hello. You want to set? Let's get your crew on this. You all seem very passionate.
Mhm.
It's part of your OKRs, right? Let's sneak that in there. So anyone else who wants to set up another DAO vertical, open to that chat too.
Cool. So many exciting things happening. Anyhow, I wanted to thank again our speakers today. Rebecca, thank you very much for sharing this exciting news with us. Corpsemen Jack, thank you again for being here today and presenting your project. Thank you. Thank you for everyone Thank you for everyone who was present today, and we'll see each other next week, same time, same place.
It's a date. It's set. It's happening. See everyone then. Thank you so much, Cecilia, for hosting, and Orbit, as always, for your lovely clips and comments. And for everyone for your presence. And this has just been a lovely start for me, my day at least.
Thank you.
Just making sure that I can be as idiosyncratic as I am, just to show the people there that they can be themselves as well and find their niche and maybe also.
That's right.
Beautiful. All right. Enjoy the rest of your days, guys. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.